Hello, Namaskar, Vanakkam. Welcome to Careers with Sudhir, where we bring to you relevant news from the world of education. And two very important developments have taken place for class 12 students who have taken a drop year, first for NEET and then in the CBSE class 12 board examination evaluation process. We've already done a video on that. This particular video is going to be about the NEET Re-exam that is going to take place on June 21. So what exactly are we talking about? The NEET re-examination is on June 21st. It will be in pen and paper mode. Please remember this. You do not need to get confused like the examination which took place on the 3rd of May. So this will be in the pen and paper mode only. Now some of you may say, though, but we read reports about it being in the computer based test mode, the CBT mode. Please remember that the CBT mode is only going to be in the 2027 examination. That is the first Sunday of May 2027. The NEET that it will take place will be a computer based test. That will be 2027, but 2026 June 21 will be in pen and paper mode. I am reiterating this so that none of you gets confused about this. Okay, now let's try to understand whether the June 21 examination, what are the authorities doing in order to make it leak proof? Because this time the kind of arrests that have been made of various people from different parts of the country, which shows that there was an insider role also, the role of many outsiders in spreading the paper and making money in the bargain. What is going to be done? And that's what you need to be more concerned about. What is going to be done by the NTA in order to ensure that the June 21 NEET is going to be absolutely leak proof, that there is going to be no leakage of the question paper before the examination is held. That's what we need to understand so that we can reassure ourselves that things are being taken seriously. Okay, so there was a report in ndtv.com which said these are the steps which are being taken in order to prevent a paper leak, and I have further reconfirmed it with my own sources. So what NTA is doing is to introduce a major security overhaul so that the present security apparatus, ये अभी का जो सिक्योरिटी इकोसिस्टम जो एनटीए ने बनाया था, ऑब्वियसली वो पूरी तरह से लीक हो रहा था, राइट? Because physical papers were being sent not days but weeks in advance. तो पेपर में तो मार्केट में it just needs one dishonest person to completely ruin the system. So what NTA is doing for the 21st June examination is a major security overhaul with advance in technology based safeguards that are being introduced. So what are these safeguards? That's what we need to understand in this video. So question papers will now be prepared in a fully encrypted digital format. Yani ki without the key, you will not be able to read what is there in that question paper. That's a major technological advancement security system that is being put in place. That is step number one. Step number two, what NTA is doing is that access to the question papers, because अभी जो arrest हुआ है एक प्रोफेसर कुलकर्णी का लातूर से, that was because he was part of the panel that was also in charge of setting the question papers. He's a chemistry professor according to what CBI is saying. Okay, nothing has been proved as yet. So now access to the question paper, right, for physics, chemistry and biology will be protected using coded security systems so that you know exactly who is accessing the question paper, how many times, when was it accessed, from where it was accessed, everything will be available. The data will be available so that you know exactly how many people have access and who of them have accessed it, right? So that is something which is going to be done. Then the question paper files will be transferred through secure channels to the printing facilities, because the maximum leakage was happening during this entire transfer period. Because please remember, and that's what one educator told me, that this is a gold mine. If someone can leak the paper and sell it across, that person can mint money, given 22 lakh plus students are taking the examination. So even a small fraction of that group wants the papers, you can actually make a lot of money. So this is a gold mine, and the gold gets stolen at this stage where it is being sent to the printing press, to the printing facility. So now what they are going to do is to have more secure channels, more safe channels, in order to protect the question paper. Okay, then printing of papers will happen in high security environment and close to the exam date to reduce storage and transit risk. Transit risk means transportation. This is the problem which is happening. As I said, May 3 के एग्जाम के लिए अर्ली अप्रैल में ही पेपर भेज दिए जाते थे. अब ऐसा नहीं होगा. अगर एग्जाम डेट जून 21 को है, so print date will be very close to June 21. It could be 15, 16, 17, 18, but very close to the actual examination date. So that you kind of prevent the chances of it being leaked at the printing stage. Then the other important development is going to be that GPS enabled, all the vehicles that are going to carry these question papers, they will be GPS enabled, so that authorities can track their movement in real time as they are moving. This particular vehicle is moving right now between, let's say, Jaipur and Chandigarh, right? So you know exactly Jaipur से ये 130 किलोमीटर दूर है. Okay, it will take so much time for it to reach Chandigarh, so that you are able to track it using GPS in real time. That is going to be extremely critical. Then the next one, all exam centers. Now this is the part where you need to be concerned about specifically, because it will concern you, that all exam centers will have high grade 5G signal jammers. So you need to remember that if you go near the exam center on that day, on June 21, your mobile access will be restricted. You will not be able to communicate. So please bear that in mind, that if you're thinking that after reaching there, I'll call that person and coordinate, that may or may not be possible depending on when they switch on the mobile jammer. So this is something which you need to bear in mind. I do not know what time they will switch it on, but if they do it 1 or 2 hours before the exam itself, then you could have a problem. So please keep that in mind. This is an important development that will concern you directly. Now these jammers are intended to block any kind of mobile network. So irrespective of what mobile network you are on, whether it is Airtel or Jio or any other mobile service, you could get affected. Then any kind of Bluetooth device, then other wireless communication systems used in the process of cheating. So this is to avoid and completely put a blanket over any kind of wireless communication. Then the candidate verification. Again, this is something which will concern you. The candidate, your verification will become more strict. Not that it was not strict already, it was pretty strict. Sometimes one would think ridiculously strict. I saw some videos of the zip of the pocket of a girl candidate being cut out. I mean, your system is hell leaking, and you are trying to kind of, make the candidates look like thieves. So I would request the authorities also to kind of be a little humane in their approach, but definitely, given what has happened on May 3rd, expect the worst on June 21. उसके लिए तैयार होके जाइए. Do not wear any jewelry, do not wear anything that could make the authorities suspicious and make you remove or cut that part out. So be very clear on what kind of clothes you wear, what kind of accessories you wear. Okay, so it's going to be very strict. They are going to have Aadhaar link biometric authentication as well. Okay, now this will entail, it could have fingerprint verification, it could have facial recognition. So all this will also mean a lot of time to be spent before you enter the examination hall. Okay, of all this, how much they will implement at every center, one cannot say, but these are all what are being proposed at this particular stage. So if you do all that, all this will take time for people, for the candidates to be allowed inside the examination hall. Okay, then obviously this is going to be there. AI powered surveillance systems will also monitor examination centers so that all the examination rooms are under the surveillance of a centralized system where they can monitor who is doing what is happening at every examination center. So these are all the things that are going to be put in place for the June 21 examination in order to ensure that this NEET goes off smoothly, and then the authorities can heave a sigh of relief. And then you need to prepare for the next year examination, which is going to be a dramatic shift to the computer based CBT mode. If you wish to speak to us, any one of you, on any topic which is relevant to the field of education or career counseling, this is our email ID where you can reach me out. And if you wish to speak to on camera, if you are doing something very special and you think more people wish to know about it, you can collaborate with us. We'll be more than happy to fix up an appointment and we can take this forward. So please reach out to us. This is going to be a one-stop shop where I kind of give out relevant, accurate, reliable information on career choices. Also, any news, relevant news from the world of education. Tata, bye-bye. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Subscribe to the channel and share the videos with those who would actually need this information.